Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario. So we've got a couple things that we need to do before we can start up with Chapter 6. We're almost done. There's actually only a few chapters after this, so we're making pretty good progress. So we need to be heading down into the sewers because there are a couple of super block upgrades that we can get now. And the first one is actually in an area that we went to quite a long time ago, but we couldn't actually do anything with. It's all the way over here to the left, and we go in the pipe. And then once we get here, you may remember there was a small pipe over here at the bottom right. I think we've actually went to this before, but once we got here, we found we couldn't do anything because of these blocks. Well, we can break them now that we have the Ultra Hammer and pick up our upgrade. I say we go with Watt to get her some extra attack power. Her Mega Shock ability that she learns is also actually pretty good. It'll paralyze all enemies, and you know, it usually has a pretty high success rate, so I'm sure that'll be getting at least a little bit of use. So now we're pretty much just heading back out to the main area. You may have saw there was some wooden boards we could break back out there in the main area. That shows you how long it's been since we've been here. I mean, we've had that ability since, what, Chapter 3? So, I mean, it gets to the point where until you get the Ultra Stone from the Raven, you know, there's not really a whole lot you can do with these super blocks. So as you can see, there's a pier over here we can use sushi on, but to be honest, there's actually not a lot waiting for us over there that's actually really useful at the moment. So I'm just going to head over here to the left, and now we have sort of an enemy gauntlet with some new enemies here. These are the Dark Koopas, if I'm remembering correctly, and they are. They're pretty much like, the only place you're going to see these guys is in the sewers, much like the Gloombas that we saw a few chapters back. So the same kind of thing. But these guys can be really annoying because, let's see if this guy will do it. Yeah, as you can see, he's got kind of happy feet there. He's kind of, you know, going at it. That means that on his next turn, he's going to try to make Mario dizzy, and that can be really, really irritating, especially when they take you out for like 2 or 3 turns. And if you've got like 3 or 4 of these guys in one battle, they'll all do it at once, and then you'll pretty much just be doomed to sit there and take hits over and over. So these guys can be really frustrating if you don't deal with them quickly. Whew. We might as well show this battle, because this time we have 3. So basically what you want to do is try to manage these guys to where you can just keep them pretty much all turned over if they're going to be dizzying you on the next turn. Thankfully, they actually telegraph that so you can kind of manage it. And if you can block these guys' attacks, then it won't do any damage. So you can end up pretty well off in these battles. Now here it looks like we're in a little bit of a pickle, but we can jump this one, and Watt should be able to do enough damage to the first one to kill it. I mean, I'm kind of banking on it, so let's hope it works. Nope, guess it didn't. So we'll get to see this. And, yep, there it goes. Mario's dazed and he can't move, so for 2 turns he's taken out of commission. The good news is it doesn't deal any damage, so, you know, you don't have to worry about that. And then since the next one's just going to dizzy me, you know, he's pretty much going to waste his turn. So that can make these battles take a little bit of a long time, but, you know, they're of minimal threat to your health, I guess. Alright, so that should take care of him, and now we finish off that battle. There's one more, and it's got 4 of these guys in it. I'm, of course, going to be cutting that out, because that's going to be really long. So let's get to it. There you are. And what do you know? We leveled up from that battle. Awesome. I say we could use a little bit more HP. This is actually going to get a little bit insignificant in a little bit. Because in the next chapter, we should actually hit max level. There's a little training secret I like to use in there. And of course, we'll get to that when the time comes. But for the time being, we've now opened up a warp to Boo's Mansion. Hey, it's been a while since we've been here, actually. There's a recovery block if you need it. But as you can see, I've actually got all my HP and FP. Not only thanks to the level up, but I actually already had full HP and FP going into the level up. So, hey, what do you know? Good strategy pays off, I suppose. Alright, so in here we can see there's a super block that we can't really seem to get to. The trick, it should be fairly obvious. We need to move the block around to try to hit invisible blocks. Of course, if you don't know where they are, you could just start jumping randomly. But since I know where they are, we can just go ahead and get this room over with. So now that we've created those blocks, we can pound on the stairs and then make our way forward. Alright, so let's just go with Peric area, I guess. We're actually going to be getting another super block. It's not in the sewers, but it is in Toad Town. So most of our party members are going to be upgraded. We're actually almost done with super blocks, too. We've only got 2 more after we're going to get this next one, so we're going to be doing it pretty quickly. Oh, wait, no, we don't need to go that way. We need to go up the pipe. We're just making our way out right now. Ah, crap. I always do that. You know, they put that hole in, like, the worst place. They should have put it a little more out of the way. Alright, take two. There we go. Okay, so we make our way back up into Toad Town. And we need to head back to the very first area. There's actually another pipe we can go down that will get us a super block. So let's just make our way back there. We don't really go to this part of Toad Town that much anymore, it seems. That this is pretty much like the main area. You know, this is the first one we came to, so it seems kind of weird that we don't come there anymore. Alright, so if we go over here, we can see there's a pier we can use sushi on, so let's go ahead and do that. And as we swim our way across, we see there's a pipe, and I've kind of already spoiled it, but what's down this pipe is a super block. So this is kind of a neat little area, you know. I think it's kind of cool that they actually took the time to build this place. Like, it's not that complex or anything, you know. But it's kind of cool that they didn't just make a little room with a super block in it. I guess just the little details tend to go a long way sometimes. Okay, so Bombette is now ultra ranked. She's now learned, I think it's called Mega Bomb, which will attack all enemies. And when we ultra ranked Parakarry, he learned Air Raid, which will attack all enemies. So, pretty useful stuff. Uses quite a lot of FP, though. We can also ride Sushi over here to the left to finally get this star piece. I pointed it out like at the very beginning of the game, and we're finally getting around to getting it. There's no other way to do it. You can't jump over that fence. So, go figure, I suppose. And while we're here in the first area, we might as well show something, go somewhere we haven't been in a while, and that's back to Mario's house, of course. There's actually a couple interesting little things we can do there now. So, as you can see, hey, look, Luigi's sitting on a little block. Can I talk to him up there, or do I have to break it? Ah! Boy, hanging out way up high sure was nice. Such a great view and everything. Never mind. Say, it's a cool hammer you got there, but you can even beat up enemies with hard shells. Something like that. Luigi seemed kind of pissed that we, broke his little block there. Alright, so we can go back in here, and as you can see, this spot on the floor seems a little bit different than the rest. Well, if we pound our way through it, we can actually get down here to this little secret room, and there is Luigi's Diary. Uh-oh. And he's got all these pages that are gonna be horrible to read. Basically, he's got a secret basement. We don't know where it is. Joke's on him. Big ghost, had giant gaping mouth, and he hates ghosts, and he's scared and wants Mario to come back. And I'm not going to read the rest, but they're all there. I don't know, it's just, it seems like a big waste of time, really. I mean, it is pretty cool, I guess, that you can read Luigi's secret diary, but I'm not sure. I think I can spend my time a little bit better in the video, so I don't know. Now that you know where it is, I suppose if you're playing along, you can go read them yourself if you'd like. Okay, and, oh yeah, we've got to do this too, don't we? This up here is the Dojo. I think I've pointed it out before, but we didn't actually do anything. The reason being I wanted to just take it out in one fell swoop. So we're going to be able to do that now. We're going to get in a few battles. There's actually 5 different battles in this place. The first is against Chan, and the second is, Chan is this little beetle guy. Second is against Lee, which was the blue ghost. Obviously, their name is a play off of Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, you know, the karate master sort of thing. So Chan is very, very easy. You can just keep flipping him over and he won't be able to do anything. So there's really no need to worry about this guy. Lee is actually pretty easy as well, especially if you bring Bao into the battle, which I'm going to, of course. So this guy shouldn't have too much left. I don't think he's got a whole lot of HP. In fact, I think this should kill him. Hey, there he goes. Alright. You don't get any SP or anything. You actually really don't get anything useful at all for any of these battles. But you do, however, get a card. This is the first degree card, which means we've defeated Chan at the dojo. So we're going to get a new card with each of the battles that we win. So let's try again, and this time we're going to be fighting Lee, who is the blue Duplighost here. He's always going to start off the battle by copying your partner, and in this case, copying Bao is actually pretty good for us. Mostly because, you remember, she only has an attack power of 1. So that's actually kind of copied over with that. So since we have a defense power of 1, Lee's really not going to be able to do anything to us. And if I remember correctly, he also has the same amount of HP as Chan. So as you can see, we can literally just sit there and nothing happens. So that's definitely the strategy you want to take into this battle. We should be able to finish him off on this turn. It's kind of weird to see Boo smacking herself around like that, or see Bao smacking herself around, whatever. And there goes Lee. So, again, you know, those really aren't tough battles at all. The real reason you're here is to fight the Master himself. And while he looks like a sort of a frail old man, he's actually a little bit tougher than he seems in the later stages. Alright, so it appears as though we're about to run out of time. Let's see if I can just kind of get inside of Val there. I kind of do for a second, but okay. Anyway, looks as though we're about out of time, so in the next part we're going to take on the Master multiple times, actually, and see how well we can do against him. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.